The views of the guest are that of the guests and do not represent nor reflect the views and opinions of the Lockoutmen channel, the Recruiter Call channel, nor its host. This site content is for entertainment, educational, and informational purposes only.
Today we're talking about a pressing issue facing the truck drivers today. You want to know what that is? Well, I'm here to tell you because I talked about this plenty times in the past, but it's the AI cameras, man. Better known as the snitch cameras. Yeah, these intrusive devices are being installed in trucks across the country. Yes, every company is getting on the bandwagon of the AI snitch cameras. And is it time for truckers to stand up and take a stand?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
What's going on, drivers, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for listening. Listen, you ever feel like somebody's watching your every move? Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway doing your 1-2, and there's an AI-powered set of eyes locked into your every blink, every bite of the sandwich, your every glance to the side. You think this sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? Well, for many of us truck drivers across the world, this is our reality. And today, once again, we're diving into why the AI cam, better known as the snitch camera, is good for companies, but bad for us drivers. Let me paint you a picture, man. Back in 2023, and of course, you guys, if you're not familiar with Swift and what happened, let me sit back and tell you. Swift Transportation did something that shook their company to the core. They pulled out their AI cameras in their trucks. Why? Because they realized something massive. One of their in-house management was caught spying on the female drivers in an unlawful surveillance. Swift was hit with a big lawsuit that was filed by the female employees, for which Swift had lost the suit, and the female employees was awarded a large settlement. Now imagine the money that was lost from them installing the cameras only to rip them out because of the lawsuit. Now, companies like Prime recently, Hirschbach, they recently installed AI cameras, and others are installing them in their trucks. Now, they probably could find themselves losing a lot of drivers to the competitions who actually respect their privacy. But remember back in the day, I talked about the camera. At that time, the Litex system wasn't an AI camera. It was just a Litex system. It was just a camera that was inside the truck that watched you and the road. They say that it was only supposed to be triggered by an incident, hard braking, speeding, stuff like that. But a lot of the drivers that didn't like it, some of them quit. And at the time, one of the guys from J.R. Schroegel actually did a video saying that, hey,
Find any increase in driver turnover when you first implemented the units?
We only had 2 drivers that we lost.
Okay.
That was it. They didn't even give it a chance. When we brought the truck in to install it, they left. So out of 600, though, it's a fantastic number, and we probably didn't need them to begin with.
if they didn't like the cameras, we didn't need them anyway. He said that. It doesn't matter if the driver had driven for them for like 5 years, 10 years, however many years they driven. They put the cameras in their trucks. The drivers took a stand on it. They lost. And the guy just simply came back and just said, hey, if you don't like it, you can leave. We don't need you.
We do not care.
Now, let me just tell you why this hit close to home. Not only the company that I drive for has the AI camera, but us truck drivers don't just deliver the goods. Y'all hear this from us all the time. We're the backbone of this country. We keep the country moving. We keep your shelves stocked. We keep the economy up. But how are we treated in return? It's just a laugh in our face. Companies rolled out these so-called safety measures, right? These AI cameras, the snitch cameras, that don't just monitor how you drive, but it is reading and studying your face, your actual movements. Whatever you're doing, it's studying you. It's making a profile. It's studying your attributes, how you move, how you look, how you act, and they relaying all of this stuff back to the safety department. And they doing all of this in the terms of just safety. Oh, well, we're installing these cameras for safety measures. It's for your safety. It protects you. Listen, I'm talking about cameras that detects if you look tired, if you forgot to buckle up, or if you take a sip of coffee at the wrong time, if you keep looking down, if you yawn too much. It even notices when you're sleeping or anything on a bad day. Bam, you're flagged. And again, all this information that the snitch camera gets on you is relayed back to the safety department. So it just might have an effect on your paycheck. Or worse, you probably could be shown the door. And guess what? The snitch camera don't care. They don't care if you're a great driver with years of experience. The camera sees what it sees, and that's it. Now, here's the kicker of everything. Every time a driver, including myself, right, that says, fine, I'll just deal with it. I was one of those drivers that said that. They're giving the companies the green light to keep stripping away your rights, if you have any. Think about this. Do you really have any rights while you're in their truck? This is their truck. What rights do you have? I think you pretty much give all that up when you sign on a dotted line to drive for them. I'm just saying. I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. It's just like being handed a leash and willing to put it around your neck. You don't believe me? Look at the numbers. Studies show that cameras double, sometimes even triples the chances of drivers being fired. It's like companies are building an excuse just to get rid of you. And let's not forget about the invasion of privacy. These cameras aren't just watching your driving habits. They're watching and studying you. Like if you're sick, tired, not in a good mood, the snitch cameras don't care.
We do not care
About the why. It just flags you as a problem, as a potential problem. You think your company won't use that against you? Think about that. See, here's what us drivers need to realize. You have more power than you think. Wait a minute. Let me take that back. I'll take that back, drivers. We have less power. Check this out. Just because what happened at Swift happened, it still didn't stop these trucking companies from installing these snitch cameras. You have to realize that the name on the side of the door is not yours. Drivers can take a stand, make as much noise as they want to try to force these companies to backtrack from these cameras because of invasion of privacy. They really don't care about your privacy. They just want to see what you're doing. They want to study you. They want the attributes of you.
We do not care.
But in reality, it's not going to happen. These trucking companies are going to continue to install these snitch cameras in the name of safety. But imagine though, just imagine in the world if enough truck drivers said we are done with this tomfoolery. Then maybe these companies will have no choice but to pull the plug on these nonsense cameras, right? And let me tell you, if drivers started to walk away from these companies like Prime, Hirschbach, and the rest of them that has the AI-powered cameras in their trucks and start heading to other trucking companies that don't have these snitch cameras in their trucks, it wouldn't take long for the message to hit home. But here's the sad part. These trucking companies just really don't care.
We do not care.
Even when they claim they do. It's unfortunate that many drivers will just have to roll over and take it, and trucking companies just walk all over us. Drivers, I could say it's time to stand up, not just for yourself, but for the entire industry. I can say that, but guess what? The snitch cameras are here to stay. They're not going nowhere, and more companies are installing them. They would keep pushing the line until you're nothing more than just a cog number in their AI-powered machine. So here's the bottom line, drivers. We know these trucking companies out here love playing with fire. If enough drivers come together, then maybe they'll have no choice but to listen. But I know, in the real world, that's not going to happen. Until next time, everybody.